And I see a lot of people that want to teach in class. I will see a new beginner want to help others. And the vibe I get is not because they want to help, because they want to help. They want to help so that they make themselves sort of have higher rank over those beginners, so that they feel better about themselves because they know more than a beginner. Well, I hate to tell you, you should know more than the beginner because you've been doing it for a little while, but that doesn't make you a teacher, right? Doing it for the likes. That's what I call it. I'll say that. Like, don't be helping them. Don't be doing it for the likes. They don't know what I'm talking about. I don't explain myself, but that's what it is. Let's look at voluntary hardship. Comfort kills resilience. So like cold showers, hard workouts, fasting, training through being tired, that kind of stuff. As Goggins would say, it calluses the mind, right? That's what he's talking about. Particularly, let's look at Goggins. Particular brutal Navy SEAL training evolution. He called it, he wrote this in his book, called surf torture. Goggins says he was pushed to the edge of life, basically. The instructors had the class in the freezing surf, right? They were barely able to breathe. When most men were collapsing or quitting, Goggins started yelling, "Who's going to carry the boats?" It's this famous thing. He wasn't talking to anyone else. He was talking to himself. That line was his war cry, was his trigger to push deeper. When his body said no, he said, "Who's going to carry the boats?" He didn't just embrace the pain, he weaponized it. Right? So the whole point here is, don't get it twisted, right? Voluntary hardship isn't about masochism. It's about choosing that struggle on your terms. So when life forces struggle on you, when you don't expect it or when you can't control it, you are prepared and ready, right? Looking at Musashi, he slept on the dirt, man. He slept in the rocks and the dirt. So Miyamoto Musashi lived like a monk crossed with a mercenary, right? He often refused food and shelter and comfort from others, particularly as he got later. I mean, and later in life, he lived in a cave. He slept on the ground or in caves, believing comfort would make him weaker. There's several stories that before a duel, he would deliberately arrive late, dirty, hadn't bathed in weeks, disheveled, completely exhausted, to prove that mastery wasn't about appearance or preparation, but it was about preparation and mindset, right? It was about his previous training and how he had forged his mind. So to Musashi, hardship wasn't a punishment. It was his filter for strength, right? So according to Musashi, and Goggins as well, unbreakable mind is forged in discomfort. Luxury dulls the edge. Hardship can sharpen it if you're training it.